So what do you make of what you've heard so far?
It's interesting because it's clear everyone is passionate about the park. Everyone wants the best outcome for the park, but their views are quite different, and I think in the end the park we end up with will be a compromise, partly driven by funding, partly driven by what's achievable, and at the end of the day there will be some groups that won't be fully satisfied with what happens to the park.
So how important is it, do you think, that all these different groups that would like different things are prepared to see compromise?
Yes, I think it's really important that consultation happens and they sit round the table and actually listen to what other people are saying, but also, rather than just seeing the negatives, try and find a positive or propose a positive alternative, because I think it's quite easy to say you don't like something. Let's say, well, I don't like it, but have you thought of that, or have you thought of this? Because there are other ways of doing things. So don't have the negative mindset looking at the plans, have a positive mindset and think around what you don't like and come up with a positive. And I think that way compromise lies.
How important is it that the council can work with the different groups?
Very important that at this stage the council are now involved, and the council engage not only with Friends of Wimbledon Park and the Capability Brown Society, but also with the wider community and listen to them. But listen to everyone, because sometimes when people complete and return forms, they're the people that are the most engaged. It's try and engage with all the users of the park that don't necessarily fill in forms. They come there for the picnic, they come there for the Elizabeth Pool with their children and are quite happy with things, and therefore don't complete the forms, and maybe what you want is a better picture of what everyone thinks. And do a straw poll in the park and just go up to people with a questionnaire and get their opinion on the hoof, rather than relying on the people that take the time to complete a consultation.
And how important is this area for the community?
It's extremely important. It's not just the communities that live around the park, but it's the communities of Wandsworth and Merton and beyond that come here to use the facilities, from the beach volleyball to the water sports to the tennis courts to the sports days. You know, I think it's one of the best assets we have locally.
And when groups like we see today have come up with their own ideas and they're putting things forward, does that make it easier for a council, or sometimes does that make it a bit more tricky?
I think it will help focus the council's mind that there are enough people locally that care about the park and care about how the park will change over the coming years in harmony with its origins.